本節目內主持人及嘉賓的言論純屬個人意見，並不代表本台立場。
Right, so welcome back to the third segment of Boiling Point, where we had a fun discussion about June 4th, and we're going to talk about some recent happenings. It's like there was this more court cases about the riot, so-called riot. We make it like a so-called because it's not real riot. Come on, what we're going to do, we're going to show you some real riot shit that actually happened in Hong Kong, like back in 1967. So, operator, would you mind opening the JP2 picture, please? Yeah, so this is what happened in 1967 when there was these labor unions in Hong Kong that they actually have had really strong ties with Beijing. Yeah, and there was this labor like dispute between the workers and the employers, and they kind of escalated into a whole new level of violence. As you can see, all these workers, they're holding the little red books. Mao Zedong's speeches, that kind of shit, and they're storming the governor's residence. Would you mind moving to the next picture, please? And they burn buses. Wow. So what did the kids burn during the Fishball?
Well, very thing? Little, but there was a taxi, I think.
Just a taxi, not a bus.
And it wasn't a very big fire either.
But this is a big fire, right?
Yeah.
So let's move to the third picture, please. No, the previous one. The one with the newspaper thing. Yeah, this one. And this is some old news. In Fishball, there's no death at all. Yeah. But back in 1967, all these mobs, they're actually using machine guns.
Machine guns?
Yeah, machine guns. In Shuttlecock, they shot at the police.
Rifles or actual machine guns?
Machine guns.
Wow.
It's not rifles, it's machine guns.
Wow.
And it's more like a rifle. It's not a setup thing. So, it's some kind of assault rifle, maybe, automatic, and resulted in 5 deaths and 12 injured.
Yeah.
So this is the real deal.
Yeah.
And yet, these people, I mean, look at, operator, would you mind going for the next picture, JP0003? Just look at the faces. This is exactly what a fanatic looks like.
Yeah.
It's like all these, what should I say?
Red guards, are they?
Yeah, it's the avant-garde thing. There's no reasoning in the faces.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's no reasoning in their faces, and they are like howling, raising those little books.
Yeah.
And there's interesting similarity for that is the next picture, please, operator. You see, this pretty much the same look. This is one of our lawmakers.
Yeah, I think it's her name Priscilla
Leung Mei-fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what did these kind of people do? The worst case is operator. Would you mind showing the next picture, please? The Lamban incident.
Yeah.
Lamban is actually with all these burnings, shootings, violence, bomb planting on the streets.
Yeah.
They actually killed
Something like 80 people, was it?
yeah,
80
lots of people. And this commentator on the radio, Lamban, of course he made lots of negative comments about all these mobs. And he ended up being trapped in his own vehicle, and the whole thing was set on fire by all these mobs, and he was killed.
Yeah.
I mean, if we look at all these people, this level of violence,
Yeah.
the Fishball is nothing,
Yeah.
and this is real. It's not make-up stories. Would you mind showing the next picture, please, operator? And these are one of the notorious thing that they did. Those roadside bombs. They actually took the lives of
Little boy and girl.
even kids, because they put planting bombs like everywhere on the streets. Next picture, please. Operator, yeah, this one. And the mastermind of all these.
Yeah.
One of those leaders of the labor unions on the right side, this guy was called Yang Guang, and after the 1997 handover,
Yeah.
has actually received a medal
Yeah.
of I don't care what kind of medal it is, but
Gold Bohemia or something?
yeah, from the ex-chief executive.
Yeah.
I mean, they're actually rewarding these murderers, these mobs.
Yeah.
Operator, it's time to cut all these pictures. Thank you. So, I mean, what kind of world are we living in? There actually, the government now is already infiltrated or taken over by all these people who are actually pro-violence. They're actually of that who actually of that legacy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I know it's really depressing, because now with those kids were just throwing bricks, right? And no cops were actually injured, no deaths, no.
Well, no deaths, at least. I don't know. I think I heard that those cops could put their shields up and protect their heads and upper bodies, but
Yep.
some of the bricks hit their legs or something.
Are they losing any limbs?
No.
I mean, they're not.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, comparing to those who lost their limbs in the minefields, it's totally nothing.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to protect the people, not to fight them. So it's really fucked up shit.
Yeah. And it's because of a lot of people call these people who have been accused. I think it's easy. It means righteous people or righteous patriots. So a lot of people actually don't think a lot of people think that Fishball was like a revolution against an unjust tyrannical regime. I think these people who are going through court have a lot of support.
And they're revealing some horrible experiences.
Yes.
Like many of them actually got stripped.
Stripped naked.
Stripped naked, and they were made to jump up and down naked until they confess. And they were actually, and some of them actually told well, if you made a confession that someone else is responsible for that shit, and then you'll be able to go free.
Yeah. There's also the case of the guy who was filming and taking photos.
Yep.
But the police have accused him of, and he's being prosecuted for, I think, throwing a brick. And actually, I know that guy. He's actually a very gentle guy. And when I heard that he was being prosecuted, I was quite shocked. And it's actually, he's actually giving evidence, right, in the court, like saying what happened. Many others, I think, actually of the accused are not giving any evidence. But he's really pointing out that he was, since 2014, he's been going to a lot of these protests and filming, and he's actually his filming had helped some people escape being falsely accused. And
because of those visuals evidence.
Yeah.
Because he's in the front line.
Yeah.
He sees everything.
And it's like what Sock Rec does and all those Resistance Live. There's quite a few people who do this voluntarily, right? They have a camera and they film what's happening at all those protests.
So if those guys actually prosecuted to the full extent, the fullest extent, and if they got sent to jail, to prison, and that means all the others.
Yeah, it'll be a huge chilling effect.
Yeah,
there'd be people wouldn't try and just film to record history. That people would be too scared to do that. So I really hope that he is found not guilty, and the police are severely criticised for arresting him, and whoever's the prosecutor people.
Is he getting the right kind of legal support?
I think so. I mean, he has a lawyer, but I think he's also. He's taking the stand and he's being cross-examined by the prosecutor, and what I've heard is that he's performed very well, and the police and the prosecutor are looking quite bad. So he should be okay.
Well, let's hope so. And also these, and also when those people are leaving court, all these so-called journalists, they're like holding their cameras real close to those suspects, and I've heard stories like they actually hitting them with the cameras and shit.
Well, what I noticed, and I saw this is what I saw with my own two eyes, is that, they took photos of everybody as they went to court, and when they went to court, these people often had hats on or
face masks,
sunglasses, and to protect their identity. But then the reporter, those photographers, they went into the court and they were checking their photos because once the actual defendants are in court, right, they didn't have their caps or masks on, so their face was easily visible. And these photographers were checking the photos on their cameras with the people they were seeing in court, so they could figure out exactly who was who.
That's not checking. That's tracking.
So I wondered if that was okay. Can they do that? I mean, they weren't taking photos in the court, but they went into.
We'll need some legal advice in this, actually.
They went into the court to get the names right with their photos, because in the court, the names are mentioned, and each defendant has a number, and there's a
case
name,
number, blah 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 blah.
There's a name with the number. So yeah, I was surprised about that, but
it's like I always have these. I don't know. I keep speculating that those are not really journalists, or some of them are actually not.
Well, certainly I guess the
I mean, with our chief executive like Leung Chun-ying, I mean, come on, he's really he doesn't mind hanging out with gangsters at all, and who knows if he's actually hiring some thugs, dressing up like a journalist and do all these dirty works.
Yeah.
So it's.
It certainly does seem that the photographers harass those defendants.
I mean, after all these, nobody is actually trying to talk to the some kind of journalist union or something like that. I mean, is that even moral? Is that even appropriate thing to do?
But I think in Hong Kong, right, the media even shows photos of dead bodies. I mean,
right.
The photographers the media photographers in Hong Kong know no limits. It seems. I mean,
it's not the same in Australia, right?
No, it's not the same. I think. I think there's a lot more restraint. Although, I think for some criminal cases that I think the photographers really do get in the faces of the accused, but
they're not taking pictures of crime scenes.
Well, at least I don't think
the victims.
They don't show dead bodies,
right?
Or severely injured people.
Yeah, or rape victims. That's really fucked up. Right, so I think that's the end of this episode.
Yeah.
And, well, see you next week.
Yeah, see you next week. Bye.
Subscribe.
經錯過我哋精彩嘅節目，而家上嚟呢個網址就可以訂閱晒我哋8大頻道。付費之後仲可以重溫晒所有精彩嘅節目，記得要訂閱我哋嘅 YouTube channel 同埋讚好我哋嘅 Facebook 專頁啊！